Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of big business. And let me tell you, this finding from Dycom Industries is like a cryptic crossword puzzle, but the prize is understanding where this company is headed. Alright folks, Dycom Industries, a company you might know if you've seen utility crews working around, just dropped their latest update. It's a Form 8K, which basically means there's some important stuff happening right now that they need to tell everyone about, like a surprise dinner party that everyone needs an invitation to. Dycom Industries Inc. is the company we're diving into. They're incorporated in Florida, and if you're a shareholder or thinking about becoming one, you'll want to pay attention to this. Their main thing, the stock that trades on the New York Stock Exchange, is listed under the ticker symbol DY. It's their common stock. That's the core of what a lot of people are interested in when it comes to companies like this. The meat of this particular filing today is all about their results. Specifically, they've released information about their fiscal 2026 second quarter. Think of it as a mid-year checkup report showing how they're doing in the first half of their fiscal year. They're not just giving us the numbers though. They're also giving us a peek into the future with their forward guidance. This is like the company telling us what they expect to happen next, though we always have to remember that forecasts are just educated guesses. On August 2025, they put out a press release with all these details. They're also sharing the materials that go along with their webcast and conference call. These are important because they often contain more color and commentary from the company's leadership than a simple press release. We're getting copies of this press release and the related call materials, and they're being officially attached to this report for everyone to see. Now, before we get too deep, they always include this section on forward-looking statements. This is a legal disclaimer. It basically says that when they talk about the future, like what they expect to earn or achieve, those are just expectations. Things can change, and they're not promising that those future predictions will definitely come true. They mention something called the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995, which sounds complicated, but it's all about protecting companies when they make good faith predictions about the future that don't pan out. This sentence is really important. It means that even if they say they expect to make X amount of money or grow by Y%, the actual results could be very different, and they list out a lot of reasons why. They're really concerned about the broader economy, especially if inflation continues to be a problem. Inflation means prices go up, and that can make everything from building materials to paying their workers more expensive, eating into their profits. This is a big one for a company like Dycom. Their customers, which are often utility companies and telecommunications providers, decide how much they want to spend on infrastructure projects. If those customers decide to cut back on their spending, perhaps because of economic uncertainty or shifting priorities, Dycom's business can suffer. Imagine if your usual clients suddenly stopped ordering as much from you. They also worry about getting the stuff they need to do their jobs. If it's hard to find materials like pipes, wires, or the specialized equipment they use, or if those things become a lot more expensive, it makes their projects harder and costlier to complete. Think about trying to build something when lumber prices skyrocket, or it's impossible to find skilled construction workers. While maybe less of a concern now than a couple of years ago, they still mention pandemics and public health emergencies. These can disrupt operations, supply chains, and demand, so companies keep an eye on them. And then there's the weather. Extreme weather can delay projects, damage equipment, or even make it dangerous for their crews to work. A really bad hurricane season or a harsh winter can put a dent in their project schedules and budgets. They also flag their liquidity, which is basically how much cash they have on hand or can easily get. If they don't have enough operating cash or can't get loans when they need them, it could be a problem for keeping the business running smoothly and paying its debts. This is a catch-all. They're saying that you should read their other reports filed with the SEC because they list out lots of other potential problems. It's like saying, we've told you a lot of things could go wrong here, but there might be other things too. This section is where they tell us what extra documents are included with this report. It's like the appendix of a book. Tab release dated coverage for Tasta 20 to 25 by Dycom Industries. Inc. reporting fiscal $20 is second quarter results. Tafter tragedy calv to 20 tribe second 2025 comes call to be held on Tuffer's call to be held on Tuffer 20 tie. Took trade Christ to treftai. Fro what Torv talked about to docs a vacation of a trial play. Here we see the specific exhibits. Exhibit 99 to 01 is the press release with the fiscal 2026. of a Cabra 99 August 20 20 5 slide presentation relating to the webcast and conference call to be held on trial. Here we see the specific exhibits. Exhibit 99 tour is the press release with the fiscal 2026 second quarter results we just talked about. Exhibit 99-2 is the slide presentation that goes with their conference call. This is often where you get the visuals and the key takeaways presented by management. An exhibit and all document. Exhibit A for document call. And finally, the signatures. This is where an authorized person from Dycom Industries signs off, confirming that the information in the report is accurate to the best of their knowledge. In this case, it's Ryan F. Ernest, who holds a pretty important title, Senior Vice President, General Counsel, and Corporate Secretary. Having him sign off gives it official weight. Now, let's think about what this all means for Dycom Industries. They're operating in a sector that's crucial for our modern lives, building and maintaining the infrastructure for utilities and telecommunications. This means there's always demand, but as they pointed out, they're very sensitive to how much their main customers are willing to spend. If their customers, the big utility and phone companies, are cutting back because of a shaky economy, or if they can't get the materials and skilled workers they need, Dycom's growth can slow down, or worse, their profits could shrink. It's like a construction company that's doing great when there's lots of building, but struggles when housing starts to decline. The risks they highlighted, like inflation and customer budget changes, are real economic headwinds that could affect anyone in this industry. They have to manage these by being efficient, securing materials ahead of time if possible, and maintaining good relationships with their clients. Their ability to get financing and manage their cash is also key, because even a profitable company can run into trouble if it doesn't have enough cash to pay its bills day to day. Looking at the fact that they're providing forward guidance, it suggests they feel confident enough about their current trajectory and the near future to share their expectations. However, the long list of risks they've disclosed means investors should absolutely do their homework and not just take management's projections at face value. Dycom appears to be navigating a landscape with significant external risks, and their success will largely depend on how well they can manage these factors and adapt to changing economic conditions. The key for investors is to watch how they perform against their own guidance and how they manage the very real operational and economic challenges they've laid out. Alright, that's our unvarnished look at Dycom Industries' latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.